Hello, hello.
The ghetto.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Mr. Dean.
How we doing?
Great.
Hey, what's going on?
Anybody sick?
No. I'm not there right now.
That's good.
Hello, Solomon.
All right, we're just gonna give everybody a couple minutes.
Hey, Dr. Dean. Good morning.
Hello, how we doing?
Fantastic. I'm tired now.
I understand.
Yeah, in there. All right.
Destiny.
Good morning. What?
Hello. I've been in class all morning, basically.
Yeah, me too. Y'all are big number 3. Like I said, we'll give everybody a couple minutes to get in. We are basically just going to go over the document that I posted. So anybody who wants to pull it up or download it or do whatever, please feel free. And it is posted. If you go to eLearning, go to my class and resources. This is the one we're going to be dealing with. So, and there will not be a quiz today, so don't freak out thinking that you'll, I don't know. I had some other people asking me if they needed paper today, and I was like, no. If you want to take notes, I'd suggest it, but definitely don't have to. Question?
Are we just doing the online assignment that you
We're
got
not.
for eLearning?
Repeat the question.
Are we just doing the online assignment that you got on eLearning?
So, yeah, we're just going over this thing that I posted, going into a little bit more depth and detail about it. So that's why I was suggesting if everybody wanted to pull it up, but otherwise you can follow along with us. Where's it at?
Yes, sir.
So if you go to Can you see my screen?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Okay. So if you go to if you log into My Allen, go to eLearning, go to Math 114, and yours looks a little bit different, but it will say resources.
Okay. Oh, I'm already. And we clicking which one?
We're going to be doing the moving online document today. Yeah. So if you've got any questions at any point, just let me know, or you can post it in the group chat if you aren't sure about your microphone or anything like that. Yeah. So I guess we'll jump in.
Will we meet on here every day?
Yeah. So that's one of the things we're gonna talk about is how we're going to be doing class meetings and stuff like that. All right. So Dr. Dean's online learning. First, foremost, go ahead and get this one out of the way. Homework is still going to be done the same. We're going to be doing it through WebAssign. And I will also be reopening all of the old assignments due to the issues that we've got, we've had so far this year. Just it's not worth trying to gate it at this point. It's more or less just giving you guys all of the time I can to let you guys get your stuff done. So if you have not, for some reason, logged in and signed up for WebAssign, the way you do it is you go to www.getenrolled.com and you enter this entire course key. You can copy and paste it right out of here and press enter. It will ask you to log into Cengage, and as soon as you do, it will post you up and you'll be good to go. So if for some reason you haven't, go ahead and please do that. Otherwise, you'll be creating a lot more issues for yourself than we already have. So, but again, also with that, I will be reopening all of the old assignments. So that will be happening in the next day or so. They will be due right before finals, pretty much. So you'll have the entire rest of the semester to do to finish them if you haven't already. So along with that, tests. In the past, I've done tests like this and it worked out pretty well. Tests will most likely be done through WebAssign as well. But because of this, there are some caveats. It is going to look just like a normal WebAssign assignment. Maybe I can pull up. All right. So this is an example of a previous test I had. Basically, it's going to look just like a normal. If this works, it's going to look just like a normal assignment, and main difference is this right here, is it will be timed, because we kind of have to, you know, have a somewhat of a limit on these things. But like I said, it does have a time, and you will be given approximately the same amount of time as you would have gotten in a normal class. I usually give 15, 20 minutes more than that, just because stuff happens. But the important thing to note here is that the timer will start as soon as you open up the assignment. So this is an example. Open up this test. And this is an old assignment, so it's not going to start a timer because it's already ended. But as you can see, it looks just like a normal test. So instead of like a normal assignment, one difference is that you will not have, I think, 7 opportunities. You will only have 2 submissions, unless it's like a true or false question, then you've only got 1. But keep that in mind. So like something like this, if I entered something incorrectly, it would pop back wrong, and I would have 1 more chance to enter that in. So this is how these tests are going to look. You will have 2 to 3 attempts to make up for any possible issues regarding internet connections, tech accidents. I mean, stuff happens. I understand that. But I also can't reassign individually infinite number of different tests. So as a compromise, I'm giving, like I said, probably 3 attempts per test, just in case something bad happens. So where is my little, all right. One other thing to note with this, and this is to help curb cheating, is this is question 1 and 2, and it uses 2 out of 10 in this pool. And this is how all of the tests are done. The pool could be anywhere from 10 to 32 questions. It just depends on the different setup. The questions are all basically kind of asking the same types of things, but they are different questions. So when you get your test, it is very unlikely that you will have any of the same questions that your friends do, because they are completely randomized. This is to say that I don't suggest even trying to like share answers, anything like that, because you will run out of time. It's always pretty easy to see the first round who was kind of trying to skirt that, because they got halfway through the test and just ran out of time. So just don't, I would not even worry. I mean, everyone's tempted, I understand, but it will not help you, because further than that, all of the numbers in each of the questions is also randomized. So like these numbers up here in red, these are different depending on who looks at them. I might have a -5, somebody else might have -7 or something. So even if you do get the same question, you will not have the same numbers. So you will also not have the same answers. So again, I reiterate, just don't don't test anything because it's unlikely that it will help you. However, since this is online, I will be adding a feature if you would like to take a picture of any work that you did or scan, whatever, you can upload it at the end of the test. Because if you get the question wrong, it's not like a paper exam where I could go back and say, oh, they had it almost right, but they missed a step here or something. So that way I can see, how did you guys, were you close? Were you not at all? That kind of thing. So this is pretty much how tests are going to work. So keep that in mind. And this document, I will continue to update it as things change. But for the most part, these first two sections are how everything's going to work. Quizzes is the one I'm still a little bit unsure of exactly how I want to work. It is likely that I will be doing a timed assignment that will be open the entire time of a class. And you can do the quiz, at your leisure, not just in the last 5 minutes or whatever. Or you can at least be paying attention and you can think about that quiz. But it'll be just a single question assignment through WebAssign, and basically just due by the end of class. So that's most likely how we'll do it. It's possible we might end up using the eLearning module. I'm not a really big fan of that because it can, it winds up down a lot and it's not very stable. So most likely quizzes will be done on WebAssign. And that way we can kind of keep everything, all of your work as together as possible. So you don't have to go to multiple sites and all this stuff any more than we already are. So class meetings, are going to be done through this Zoom client. And I highly suggest you get familiar with it because as far as I've been told, the entire campus will have to do instruction like this. So it's very likely that all of your classes are going to be done through this Zoom thing. So if you haven't, you can go to zoom.us, sign up using your Allen email, and this will help keep everybody's calendars and everything intact, because I will schedule them through the Allen email server. So use that email address. I will also suggest that there is a mobile app you can download on your phone if you want to do this stuff, if you don't have a laptop or a good desktop, and that's how you prefer to do it. Or there is also a version for desktop, which is what I'm using. So 6 or half dozen, whatever is best for you, but it would be a good idea to get used to how these things work. Also, I will be uploading these Zoom things to YouTube. I've actually already got two of them going up now that I will share the link to. I'll probably add it to this document, but I will probably also email it out to everyone. I'm going to try and compile things as much as I can so that you don't have to jump around to a bunch of different places. or at least the links to do that are all together. So yeah, if you miss anything, like I said, I'm recording these meetings, audio and video, so you should be able to go back through and look. And kind of tough to see, but I'm in the process of creating my classroom in my my house up here, and I've got a giant whiteboard that I'm going to be hanging up behind me. So we will be doing whiteboard work, and but we don't have smartboard stuff, so I can't upload the notes like we had been doing previously. So you'll just have to do it kind of the old-fashioned way. And as far as office hours and general class information, I use this program called Discord. I will pull it up. Oh, we've already got somebody in. Fabulous. So this is where this is what I use for plan to use for office hours, because online office hours are a little weird, but it's a very versatile chat, both text and voice, that I like. I use it for gaming. Has anyone else ever used Discord before? I mean, it's fine if you haven't, but I know a few people have. So some of the things that this allows us to do is that I have text channels for all my classes, and one of the things that you can do is say, if you want to ask me a question, or more importantly, this also allows you to ask each other questions. So you'd say, who got number 5 on the homework? So you can ask that, and anybody who is also in that text channel will get a notification about it, and you guys can discuss things back and forth. Amongst other things, you can also take a picture of the work that you did and say, work for number 5. And you can upload either pictures. This didn't show up because it's not a picture, it's a Word document. But you can upload and trade files around like that. This is probably going to be a little bit of the participation part of this, is seeing you guys help each other out with understanding things. I've said before, I'll say again, the best people at teaching you guys is actually you guys. Because for the most part, if someone just figured something out, they are in a much better headspace to tell somebody else about it. So this is going to be useful for office hours, but also I highly encourage you guys to ask each other questions, because you can even call somebody out, say do the @ symbol, and mention somebody in particular or groups of people. That's just the text functions. There's also the voice channel stuff, and this is the reason I bring it up. If you need to ask me a question, pop in, say, hey, anything like that, I will be in this voice channel whenever I'm not teaching during the day, pretty much. The way I do this is I have this app on my phone, and so it just will play. You know, if you guys pop in and ask me a question, I'll hear it over the speakerphone on my phone. So that way you guys can, you know, ask me a question, or if you have a more specific thing that you want to talk about, you can, you know, upload a picture of the work or the question that you have, you know, whatever. But this is how I'm going to be doing that kind of thing. A big deal with this is the text chat for the Zoom meetings, which no one's using today, which is fine. You don't have to. But that goes away after the meeting does. So as soon as we're done, I mean, I get a copy of it, but I don't get any. I mean, you guys can't really see it later on. So this chat will be up until I delete it, basically. So you guys can ask questions. You can go back, and if you forgot about something you guys talked about, it's very, very helpful. But like I said, you can also pop in and ask me a question. Yeah. So let's see. All right, to get there, to get to that server, this link, if you just downloaded this file, it will take you, yeah, to the web-based version. So I'm not going to continue past this because it's going to ask me to log in, and I have to do it. Since I already have a bigger account set up, it makes me go through some authentication stuff. But this is to say that you can either download the app onto your computer. There's a phone app that looks, I mean, almost the exact same as this if you download it. Or if you don't want to mess with any of that, you can just do the web version, which is at discordapp.com. And you'll, you know, put in a little information, basically a username and a password. Not a big issue to join. And for this, I don't really care what email you use. So, you know, keep that kind of in mind, just whatever you want to use. Yeah, so this is the Discord server. Let's see, anything else? Think that is everything for right now. Yeah. Okay. So, any questions from you guys, or what do we want to know more about?
I think you explained everything well.
No, sir.
Well, I mean, if you don't have anything else, this is all I've got. Do know that we're going to be kind of trying to start back on actual content next time, and I think we are on. I think we are on product, some product. We might just do a slight review of some of this stuff, but then we'll be moving on to product, some product identities, which is chapter 5, I think. Yeah, I think it's chapter 5. So we'll go with that. But if you guys have any other questions, feel free to jump in my office hours, send me an email or something like that. Otherwise, thanks for coming, and we will see you guys next time.
All right. Y'all have a great one.
Y'all have a good day.
Thanks for coming, guys. Y'all take it easy.
All right. Y'all
Thank
be
you.
safe out here.